Hi, this is Debbie Bailey, and this is a picture of Shouka. She's doing a trick in front of the front platform. And she was one of the original 4 orcas that came into the show tank. And here they are. It's Corky, Orkid, Keat, and Shouka. Something happened during this show. And before I get to that, I want to give you an update. Here's Keat. He did the first trick of the show. He can't leap as high as Yuli, but he does his best. I love him. I've been worried about him. He was raked rather badly the last time I saw him, both sides of him. But I didn't get pictures of the other side of him. But here he is coming to the front for a treat after a trick, and I got the other side of him. And these are pictures. They're grainy, but they're just scratches now. And you can't imagine how happy I am that they are just scratches now, because they were deep and wide and disgusting. And his eye's better now too, so I'm greatly relieved about him. This is Shouka. She's coming up to do a pose on the platform, and you'll see the pose in a second. She's been at SeaWorld San Diego now for 13 years, and she hasn't grown much in that 13 years at all. I mean, she's she's just a stunted Icelandic orca, but she's a wonderful orca. She's a great performer. She gets along great with Corky. I love her, right? Now I'm going to show you pictures of Orkid. And if you don't find this picture alarming, please look again. It looks like she has peanut head, and her dorsal is leaning much more than it was last year when I first noticed it. SeaWorld would never let that happen on purpose. Here she is at the podium. You can see the head indentation, the dorsal lean. But I'm wondering if she has some kind of intestinal gastro problem where she's not taking and absorbing the nutrients, vitamins, minerals into her body correctly. And this is her swimming back to the back platform. And you can see the lane. But they started letting in another orca. And 5 orcas in a show. But then I look over and I see Corky. These are pictures of Corky now, plastered up against the back wall of the second tank that they go out of on the left side. And she don't move. And I'm trying as hard as I can to reach her, to connect to her. She ain't moving. She's just plastered. But at one point, and here it is, she lifts up her head and we make eye contact. And all I can feel is scared. That's all I can feel. And in the meantime, there's just 2 minutes of this flying orca monkey show going on. And I have no pictures of that because I'm taking pictures of Corky. Because when they're plastered like this up against the wall and don't move, it means distress. And I feel scared. I feel scared coming off her. And when she leaves, she comes to the gate. She plays around. She doesn't do this. So I know something's happened to her, but I don't know what. And then, all of a sudden, one by one, these original 4 orcas leave, and we're left with these guys. Yuli, Makani, and Kalia. And I looked at the time, and it's 2:16. And Orca Encounter is a 21-minute show. Right? All these orcas do tricks. I've got... this is Kalia in a spin. Here's Makani doing a trick. And then we got Yuli doing a leap straight up and down, up out of the water. And they do a couple of tricks, and then all of a sudden the speaker comes on. Thank you very much for coming to Orca Encounter. Have a great rest of your day. But the trainers aren't leaving, the buckets of fish aren't leaving, and the orcas aren't leaving. But a bunch of the people are, because they've been told it's over. But these pictures I'm going to be showing you now are of pictures of tricks these orcas are doing once they have said Orca Encounter is over. And they keep doing these tricks. Connie, Kalia. The very last trick at 2:37, right, is this one, Yuli, posing at the front platform, right? By this time, Corky has been taken out of the second tank. I know something bad has happened, but I don't know what. So I do something I've never done before. I go down to pull to this particular show tank. I've never done it. These are pictures of Makani, by the way, after everything's over. And he looks so much like Nakai, I actually called him Nakai. I said hi to him from Tim. And that's Yuli in the corner in the spray at this point. Because I'm hoping that Makani will come to me and we can connect. But he doesn't. Yuli does. Here's Yuli. Yuli's like Mikey. He hates everybody and everything, okay? But he comes for the very first time. And you can see his elongated body now. And there he is. And there is, you know, he's getting sprayed. And I'm trying to make a connection to Yuli for the very first time. And it's cut off because the employee tells me I have to leave. I'm really upset about that. I'm just going to be showing you pictures now of other pictures of orcas doing tricks while I talk and tell you, because I have no pictures of well, I do. It took me until Friday night to find it, but I know something wrong happened, so I would not stop searching. And what I found in a picture of Shouka that I took, that I cropped so you can't see it anymore, is this. This is a collision between two orcas. Right? And that's why we got the Flying Monkey Orca show for 2 minutes. SeaWorld is great at smoke and mirrors. And because it was Corky plastered up against the wall, scared. And this orca is so long, that's ramming into the other orca in half. It's Orkid that rammed her. Now, because Keat would never do it. Never. Neither would Shouka. So Orca did it. Right. So we got a collision. And so I walk. I'm on the bottom now. They're shuffling me out. I'm on the bottom. So now I'm right next to the bars at Tank 2. I have no pictures of this. So I'm showing you other pictures of the orcas doing tricks. And Keat is plastered up against the wall nearest to me, blowing bubbles, so I know it's Keat. And Orchid is swimming around, and she looks so bad. If I could have gotten a picture of her, I could have put my phone through those bars and taken a picture. She really does look bad. And they wouldn't let me. So I went on to the Diamond Tank, and I just shut off my phone. I had a funny feeling that I was going to see Corky there, and I did. She was with Ike, And I called to them for 15 minutes. They wouldn't move. They wouldn't come to me. Nothing. And they're up against the wall nearest to the tables to dine with orcas. But no matter what I did, they wouldn't come. So I did something I don't like to do, and I went down to underwater viewing. I know exactly where they are. I find them through the murky water. I can see them. Ike tries to do underwater viewing. Corky puts her tail around the lower part of Ike's body so he won't move, so he doesn't. Then, a few minutes later, he tries again. Corky floats in front of him and body blocks him so he won't move. So he doesn't. A few minutes later, she lets him go. And I get this one picture. This is it. And it's just, he does just a little half a circle and he goes right back to her. And when he gets back to her, I can see her, even through the murky water, I can see her shivering and quivering. And I don't understand what has happened here until Friday night when I find this picture, this collision. It didn't hurt her enough to send her to the med pool. I'm sure she's sore, but she is an emotional mess. Brandon King, great friend of Corky, the Orcas, doesn't like to see them in captivity either. Saw her yesterday. She's a pro. These are stills of her, screenshots of her from a video of his. Brandon, thank you so much. She performed yesterday like a pro, but as soon as she was done, she went right back to the corner, plastering herself in a corner. But she was with Keith. And for most of this show, she did it alone. So, and you know me, I do a wellness check 3-4 days. You got the video, but this took a much longer time because of all the confusion of I don't know who Orchid is and I don't know who Corky is, and at certain angles you can't tell. These are for sure the 3 pictures of Corky I took. This is her headshot right here. Part of the original 4 that came in. This is Corky doing a trick by the front platform. This right here. And this is Corky swimming back to the back platform. Straight up and down dorsal, no head indentation. And just in case you're wondering why I didn't want to go to the show, here's why. It was 83 degrees. Everybody and their Uncle Frickin' Harry was there. This place is just packed. And one more time, I got to tell you guys, it doesn't matter what we say. This propaganda thing, these lies of education, research, and conservation has worked. They're the good guys again. And that's it. I don't know what it's going to take, okay? All I can do is go in there and report to you the very best I can how they are, what's going on in there, and what's happening with them. They have remade themselves once again, and it's been very successful, and nobody hates this more than me. Nobody. I don't care. I don't know what to tell you. And this is a very these pictures here are the gate in front of the dynamite tank to keep you 4 feet back. I can't make eye contact with the orcas. I can barely see them. I've been told it's temporary. Hopefully it is. And here's Corky one more time. Thanks so much for waiting patiently for this. Thank you for your time, for watching this, for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.